this ain't your normal podcast. It's with my guys right here. I thought about doing a video like this, but I'm not going to sit in front of the camera for like an hour and a half talking to myself because, that's very cringe-worthy. We don't do cringe-worthy around here, we do quality interviews. So, these guys had me on their platform. We were supposed to do this earlier, but that was my fault, I'm not good at scheduling. We're just gonna throw that out there. If you expect something from me, expect like the Kanye, maybe like 2 weeks or a month, but this one's coming soon. So, but I'm telling you, this one was history, and I'm not gonna miss a chance to document this. And what better chance to have my guys who had me on their platform give me their flowers, and we're gonna have a grand old time. I can't believe they never listened to it before. Besides this, but I got my guys from the best. I got Carl. Lukey, we got Primo Jam.
All right, what's up?
What up, Low?
Hell yeah.
My man, Low.
How are you guys, man?
Low in the building.
Guest of the West Coast.
Hey, man. I'm just a spectator.
I'm groovy, man.
Just a spectator, man.
I'm on my Kendrick shit for this one. Let me pull it on.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
I mean, you gonna start throwing up gang signs?
No. We're not that dumb. We got the we live in the I don't know if it's Pyrus, but bro, it's not Pyrus. We got the Bloods, whatever. Kendrick was on that night. Yeah, we on that same energy right here.
Shout out the whole city of Bompton, man. Yeah. Shout out all of them. Shout out Funk P. My man, what's happening?
Oh man,
I believe Kendrick is.
He wasn't there, man. Okay, so
I'm surprised he wasn't. He probably was.
So before, if you've been living under a rock lately, now we're going to be talking about the Ken and Friends pop out. Where there's a lot of people there now too, and I'm actually surprised that there was people from the Abyss down there too. We're talking about that in a minute right now. So, like I was telling you guys in the intro, so did anybody watch this concert fully, like live, like the full 4-hour concert?
No. I didn't watch it live.
No, I didn't.
We were actually recording. We were actually recording when it was going on.
We're pro, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we're pro.
Shout out to my guy Pro Dillinger, man. I swear, man, I gotta send you guys the clip. I swear there's a clip. I'm gonna add it in. There's a clip where it literally looks like Pro Dillinger just rocking out in the crowd right now. I don't know if I said that. I swear on my life it looks like Pro.
That's funny.
But
that'd be amazing if he was there.
So before we start on the funeral of the Canadian right now, as somebody who used to be a fan of the Canadian, we witnessed
the Canadian. That's how you're gonna refer to him.
I'd rather we didn't.
I was too ready to kill everything as after what we just saw of that funeral at June on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, because that was we never witnessed nothing like. But get into the fiesta.
Yeah.
When you guys first heard of this whole fiesta, because I'm glad you guys talked about it on one of your early episodes. Now, what did you think of like? Oh, he's holding a concert. Like, what did you think of? Because you guys never heard of. Well, you guys heard of Kendrick, but did you guys listen to Kendrick before any of this?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Primo Jam did, not me.
Yeah, man, I definitely.
I really ain't tapped in.
I didn't. I absolutely did not love Mr. Morale, the last album that Kendrick put out. I love Damn, which was the album prior to that. I think it's a pretty great album. I hated To Pimp a Butterfly. I'd only like 2 or 3 songs off of there. And right before that, though, I think Good Kid, Mad City is a classic album. So, and I like the little unreleased 8-song joint that he did. I think that is
Section 80.
Cool.
No, there was one.
I didn't like Section 80. This is after To Pimp a Butterfly, right? Yeah, supposedly it was like the leftover joints. But I say all that to say,
oh yeah,
I think I'm a fan of Kenny Ken. I'm a fan. I think he does his thing. I still feel like he's kind of like on some poetry shit. But I fuck with, of course, man. I think Kendrick's dope.
I mean, me personally, if I don't like your voice, I ain't gonna like your music. Like, this is what happens with. I know Big Sean can rap.
I feel that.
But I don't like Big Sean. I like how he sounds. There's a couple rappers out there I don't like how they sound. K-Dot, sometimes I don't like the way he sound. I don't know, but I like the first song I ever heard from it. She Needs Me. That's the first song I heard from Kendrick Lamar, and the remix has Dom Kennedy on it. But the original one I heard was just him by himself, and I liked it. But after that, I just ain't really got into him like that. I don't think he sucked. I don't really check for something like that. Maybe it's because he's younger than me. That might have a factor in my decision to not really tap in. Because I ain't like Mike, I don't like Earl, I don't like Domino Genius. I don't check for those guys. A lot of those, I don't check for those guys. But Kendrick, I think, is dope. I know he can rap. He got some dope music. Yeah, but I just don't check for him. But I'll tell you this whole shit right here that has occurred has made me found a whole new respect for this joint. So I might go back to tap in. You know what I'm saying? See what I missed.
Oh, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. Just skip Mr. Morale, go to Damn, and maybe to Pimp Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. But yeah, I don't know about that last.
I heard some Mr. Morale. I heard wasn't that bad to me. I don't know. Like pretty much that said,
like
kick some poetry.
Ghostface was on that though.
Yeah, but
yeah.
That's
like
why
I said, stay on.
I heard that song. I liked it. It's a commercial.
Yeah. All Right, for example, off of The Pimp of Butterfly.
All Right.
You know what I mean? Like when he makes good songs, he makes great songs, I think. And when he's doing other songs, other styles of songs, that's what he's doing. He's very good at being an artist.
What about you, Colin? You know what I mean? When were you tapped into the Kendrick wave, if you want to call it?
Yeah, like, before Lukey and I hooked up, I really wasn't that tapped into much hip hop at all. I mean, Doom and Sean Price and a couple others, but I really wasn't listening to much because I was in heavy metal bands and doing that kind of thing. I remember the first Kendrick Lamar song I heard was DNA when it was on that 2K.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
And
that's all. Damn.
I mean, just from that track alone, at the time, I was like, well, the dude can rap, and he obviously pays homage because, he completely switched up his flow and style in the middle of the song, which I thought was insanely dope. So I know he's talented, but when I did get tapped into the abyss, quote unquote, I mean, there's so many dope artists in this lane that I haven't had time to fuck with mainstream artists. I've got way too much music to catch up on.
Yeah, it's hard to balance out when you do like the mainstream and like the underground because there's so many tons to under. But like what we talked about earlier, like we talked about like DJ Head, like he showed like a bunch of underground artists love. Like I never heard of half these guys, but when I seen like Jay Worthy on there, I was like, no, what you guys think about Worthy on there? I gotta ask.
He's from Boston, man. He's the industry. Yeah, man. He's the industry. Well, I don't want to say industry in a disrespectful term, but what I mean, like he's a dude who's been involved in the industry. So absolutely, it makes sense that, especially being from Compton, Bompton, what I mean, being a Pyru, that he would be affiliated with Kenny Ken somehow with. Yeah, I keep calling him Kenny Ken, Kendrick Lamar, Kung Fu Kenny, whatever.
K-Dot. Well, and I also think, you're talking about Kendrick who had Alchemist do Meet the Grams. And so he's obviously, if he's tapped in with Alchemist, then he's tapped in with this underground.
Yep. That makes sense. Absolutely right. You know it.
The good tie-in. It's a good tie-in. Hold on, let's get this. I was just amazed at how many fans Jay Worthy has for him to be put on that scale with YG and others. Dr. Dre's over there. He has a lot of fans. I remember when I hosted a show down here for him, and he was surprised how many people knew all the words to his shit. And I was like, "The fuck are you serious?" Everybody in that first row up there, except Carl, knew the words.
Oh no, I don't rap at concerts. I do not rap at concerts.
Okay, but do you know the word? Did you know some of the words to the Jay Worthy?
A few of them.
Okay. They was throwing mad gang signs behind cars.
You better.
Well, yeah, because I looked like a blood because I was wearing all red.
Oh yeah, with the Canadian flower. Yeah. And so boom, he said, y'all know the words during the set. Like there was like 15 people, so it really doesn't matter if Jay Worthy's a good performer or not because he had like 15 hype men.
Diehards, yep.
Oh, yeah, Meet the Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
that Meet the Whoop song.
What?
Woo!
No, I want to know
That's-
that song. Yeah, because that song was that sample.
That's
An MC8 song. Was so hard.
yeah.
Huh.
It's that sample from off of the I know it from off of the Chronic. Yeah. I don't love you no more. Like right there, yeah, use a penguin looking mark. It comes on right before it ends. I just know it's on. Man, yo, Meet the Whoops. That song is so fucking hard, man. That is like a man. When they to perform that song, come on, man. That's ill. That's ill. I'm glad people know that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quick was gonna come out because he has that album like DJ Quick.
Yo, shout out DJ Quick, man.
So, did you guys know anyone else?
I think it's significant as well.
Did you guys know like anybody else on that?
Say it again, though?
Like Jay Worthy? Like besides Jay Worthy?
Yeah.
I mean, YG.
Dr. J.
Better than mainstream ones.
Tommy the Clown was there. Tommy the Clown was. Yeah. You didn't know Tommy the Clown?
Tommy the Clown was
Tommy
there.
the Clown?
Hey, so
He was there.
I'm glad.
Man, come on, man. That's big.
Is it big?
I didn't know it was that big. So, Primo, if you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big. I mean, I get it. I think it's some. You know what I mean? I think it's some. If you a LA dude, if you an LA person, absolutely in the crumping era and all that. Tommy the Clown was the dude who holds the crown of the crumping stuff. So, I think that was just kind of like a nod to saluting the home
like
team
LA.
at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like,
man. Was like,
yeah, great. Tommy the Clown was on there. That's like if you bring the drummer boys from Chicago. If I bring them on stage or something, like all the people from Chicago will be like,
you bring
Kilo
Ali
yeah,
on stage.
exactly. Yeah, you bring Baby D, Kilo Ali on stage or something.
Or you be like, rest in peace,
psychodrama.
double
They gonna
DOG.
be like, oh. Yeah, man.
Like
come
double
on. They gonna
DOG, some shit like that. It'd be like,
that's just some Hotown shit. Absolutely. You got to rep for the home team.
I would say this: it shows how tapped in that Kendrick is. I guess, or that might be the homie. Jay Worthy might be the homie, who knows? But he's from Canada, came to Compton, making music with Rock Marciano, and now he's on stage at that show there. Holy shit!
I think another thing though, I think people got to stop saying that he's from Canada. Like, and no disrespect to my two Canadians on the screen, like, but let me elaborate. No, yeah, I ain't trying to diss Canada first and foremost. I love Canada, man. Shout out the whole West Coast Canada, Victoria. You know what I mean? I love the BC. I love that shit. But
pause.
Love
the BC.
Roll up BC. Yeah. Man, we're mature. Anyway, so
Lukey
what I was
not
saying
mature.
is,
this.
we gotta. I think people got to get off of Jay Worthy's neck as far as trying to tie the fact that he was born in Canada and moved to Cali as some sort of asterisk to who he is, right?
Demerit.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, like a demerit. I think it's been proven he's already been in America and in Compton long enough that he's accepted it. I mean, it doesn't look like there's like three dudes walking behind him at all times with guns, like on some extortion shit. Like the man he is who he is. And I think people just got to honor that. I think if anything, it just adds to the illness of his story, just because it's like, yeah, this dude, he grew up here, he's from here, his sister-in-law is this, or his stepsister is this, and whatever the case is, but this is who he is,
It's odd.
It makes it interesting. Odd is one way to put it. I was going to say interesting. It definitely is intriguing. How about that? Intriguing is the word.
You don't usually want to dress down. You know what I'm saying? You don't really, if you're on varsity, you don't want to go to JV. It happens in life. If I'm in varsity, living this type of life, sometimes I don't want to go down to JV. But I found a lot of suburban kids do want to dress down to go to JV and be in the hood. But then they find out it's tough and they go back, or they get beat up, or they get robbed and they go back to living a better life in the suburbs or in their
I don't think that's Jay Worthy though, bro. I don't think that's him.
Jay Worthy left and he stayed there. and that's what
I
that's what he
think
is.
he's an adult who's making choices
He
living the
definitely
life that he's
now
living, man.
you
I think a lot of
really
people.
you're right. You're right. You're definitely right.
There's a lot of people who kind of have this impression, like they keep on calling people wannabes or this, that, and the
I
third.
don't think he's want to be.
But it's like, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is they'll keep saying it like for years after years after years. It's like, the people that are pointing them out, like, oh yeah, man, is this guy Jay Worthy for real? It's like, man, it's been at least
For
8
real.
years of him, 9 years even of him putting out music and being who he is in the public spotlight. I mean, obviously that's who he is, man. It's like ain't nothing. What are we talking about still? This is who this guy is.
But it's definitely the origin story, the villain origin story per se, or the hero origin story is very odd to me. And for him to stay there, that's really what he wanted to do. That's really what he planned on doing. And what happened?
That's who he
did
is.
it with no outside assistance. It's not like he didn't call up Elon Musk and be like, yo, put me on Rolling Stone.
Nah.
Or, he didn't do none of that shit. So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, but it's a very odd origin story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's unique.
Crazy. Definitely. But yeah, shout out to Jay Worthy. Good song. Not really good.
Chance of interviewing him than me. So if you guys do interview him, ask him if Chris Brown really does bang the set down there.
Chris Brown, Breezy.
I'm not gonna ask that.
Oh yeah, Breast
Breezy
Brown. Sorry, because everyone says CB bangs the set down there. See that's the.
Yeah, he's from Fruitown supposedly.
He's saying early.
Interesting.
So Chris Brown's from Fruitown?
Supposedly.
Okay, so if you listen to the
bars.
Drake song, Drake said YG banged the set, the game banged the set, and he's like, even my guy CB banged for me to Chris Brown. So it's like, and for years, there's been years of, I follow this mainstream stuff, so I gotta say tapped in, but apparently Chris Brown is blood. Same with
he's been this way for a long time. Absolutely.
Giuliani incident, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, man, you said it. He's another person who's, I mean, I don't know how this happened to him, but apparently this is who he is now. He's just.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm not even from.
I don't even really care to argue it. It's like, hey, that's who you are. Great. Whatever.
Yeah, I find it very
choices to make.
Yeah, and some people be making the wrong choices.
So
enjoy yourself.
Before we get into like the funeral, do you guys know anybody else on that concert? Like besides like like the mainstream like Mustard, you guys know like West Side Boogie or like Stephen Lacey or like any of those dudes? No.
What do you mean? Like the other people who were performing, or the other people that just showed up on stage? What do you mean?
Like, did you know like the other people like Cuzzo was Tommy the Clown, like Rich?
Who else was on there?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look up a list of people who were there. Because I mean, it was a lot of people that went up on stage. I know, but
I don't know. I mean, I can't in the beginning, but when they seen like Jay Worthy, I was like, okay, now we're getting started. Now we're getting started. So we're getting into that too. Where Primo looks up the list now too.
YG, Tyler the Creator, Roddy Rich, J-Rock, Absol,
J-Rock. Oh yeah,
Ty Dolla $ign,
Schoolboy J,
Kennedy,
or Schoolboy Q, J-Rock.
Yeah. That's the Black Hippie.
Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan.
He didn't rap either.
Yeah,
James Harden was there. Rick Ross was there. Big Hit was there with The Weeknd. That's important to talk about.
Big Hit, The Weeknd.
Hit was there in the crowd with The Weeknd.
What's the meaning behind that, Lukey?
The Weeknd is Drake's boy, or was Drake's boy.
No, they fell out a long time ago.
There you go. So there you go. What did
even I know that.
Say? Yeah. So boom. A friend of my enemy is my friend, right?
No.
So they say it. I say
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah. There you go. Word. But why is LeBron there? Thought him and Drake still make out.
LeBron was there because it's a pop culture thing. So obviously he's going to show up, and it's in LA.
Oh no! It was the LA Forum, and someone had like breathed on him, and he was injured for a while. So he happened to be in the venue still.
See,
was
I was
hurt.
gonna let him live, but Carl said, "Put on neck activities for LeBron." He said he had been in the back
Oh,
crying for the
oh,
past 6 months.
Hey
oh,
yo, hey yo,
oh,
but on the real,
oh.
shout out to the LeBron 21s. Them shits is the hardest sneakers I ever put on my feet ever, and they hurt my feet though. Yeah,
Oh
They were some
wow.
good
and
looking shoes though.
yeah, I got a hurt. I got an owie on my foot. I got an owie on my ankle and my big toe because of LeBron 21s. Thanks,
Oh, you
LeBron.
got to wear them things in.
Yeah, that was a bad idea to wear on a foot that for the first time. But yeah,
There's a bunch of memes out there too with like LeBron, like with his wife arguing with his wife. He's like, "But babe, all my friends are crip walking on stage," and I guess
they're
no, LeBron. I said no.
not his friends. They're not his friends.
LeBron, you can't go
They're
on. You
not.
can't hang out.
Nah, but
You're not
to
allowed
be
to hang
fair,
out.
Low, LeBron was at the Mr. Morale tour as well for Kendrick Lamar, so he's been a
No,
Kendrick Lamar
man,
fan.
I'm not gonna hate on him. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
season
still,
over,
that's your
man. I have nothing
boy.
to hate on him.
But that's your boy, and he is called your boy a pedophile, and you're in the
He was
crowd.
dancing to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, before
Also,
that,
Yeah.
I remember when
mental
they were,
moment where like this dude brought out so when this dude starts out with Euphoria, what do you guys think of it live compared to original, and what do you think of him starting out with Euphoria? So it's a two-part question.
I mean, I
ahead.
liked it. I thought it was an interesting way to start it out. The night wasn't really all about Drake. It
Yeah,
was more about West Coast love.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you start it with a jab just to say we're gonna have some fun tonight, and that's the song I would have done.
where he mixed up some of the words. If you guys noticed that, compared to
I mean, shit happens. How new is that song?
it was more disrespectful. Like, give me Tupac's rent back, and I'll give you respect back. He didn't say that in the original. So this all has to do with, I think, like Kendrick being so-called the next Tupac. When that rent went up for sale, I bet you Kendrick bid on it, and Drake's like, "Well, I have more money because he puts out more music," and then he buys that. So I think it started from that, or like you said, DMing his girl. We don't know how this started. They don't.
Well, he dressed like Tupac for the concert.
Yeah, he's a sicko for that one.
Yeah. Did he? I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
That's Pyro colors.
It's too similar to
I mean,
be a coincidence.
My
I think.
cousin,
I mean,
Pyro,
it was they did
yeah.
side by side shots of it, and
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
pretty
it.
much spot
the
on.
the
The
t-shirt,
baggy jeans, the white T-shirt,
The
the red
t-shirt
hoodie,
showing.
the red hat.
I mean, it's a very basic outfit. I think anybody could have
It
done it.
was
I think if
specific,
anything,
and
yeah.
you know it.
Man. You gotta
I think they
of this
planned
day
it
and
that
age,
way.
man. These new rappers nowadays, it's all subliminal nowadays, man. They I swear, they make you think. They don't want to make it so easy nowadays. It's like,
Yeah.
Because apparently, Mr. Morale, there's a manual on how to quote unquote listen to it, because you got to
Really?
do it. I don't like
I
that.
don't read
think that hard.
manuals. Sorry.
Right, and
I
this
go on
is
YouTube.
why I
just
don't like
build
that
shit.
album. Yeah, why do I need to read a book to listen to an album? The fuck out of here, man.
It's got a legend and a key,
No,
a decoder
straight on
ring.
that.
It was
Straight
on
on
Reddit,
that.
so it probably is. It probably does have the table of contents for y'all listening.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Nah,
I-
pass.
And me personally, being a Nas fan and going to see Nas shows after post Ether and not having Nas perform Ether, hearing Euphoria coming on as the first song, I'm thinking that's just kind of diabolical. And it became like, I guess, like a diss show. Like, really.
I mean,
the
he
love that
bookended
Kendrick,
it.
yes. But the
He
love
kept
that
it
Kendrick
current.
is showing. Yeah, but definitely. But it was like 3 songs. I mean, like 3. Okay, the love that Drake seeks is like Homelander. You know what I'm saying? He wants to love Homelander's desires. And like he doesn't get it. And that's why Homelander is, why am I not good enough for you? And that's the reason why Drake wants to be good enough for everybody.
Yeah, that's science.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Even though the boy, I love the boy so much. So Drake wants this love. The love that Kendrick got at this show, just by doing Euphoria, a love that Drake will probably never have. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you got to think about all the cultural albums he the UK album, he tried the reggae album, because like that song came out like what, a month ago, and people were singing it like word for word, like because you can hear like when he like cut it off, you can hear the reactions in the back. So it's like a lot of people hate this guy as much.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it seems.
Yeah.
They love you or hate you. There's no real middle ground with Drake. There isn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Karma.
Oh, I believe it is karma too. I think he's a bitch ass motherfucker, man, who like rides dick, sucks dick, grinds dick. He does all that. He's like, he definitely, yeah, definitely. But
pretty much has put his hand up.
If you look about it, he's probably the greatest dick rider since Lacey Duvall or freaking Jada Fire or Alexis Texas. We can go on for day. Jenna Hayes. We can go on for day. All the popular people in sports, he dick rides them. In all the popular songs, he hops on the remix. He keeps himself relevant by doing that. We think it's corny. Other people just go along with it. But then again, he does introduce a lot of new things. People didn't know who Lewis Hamilton was until Drake was hanging out with him. Oh, I did. I knew who Lewis Hamilton was.
What are you talking about? Lewis Hamilton, the racer?
Yeah.
Yes, F1.
Yeah, race car driver.
I'm gonna say American.
He hang around Ludacris all the time.
Not before Drake. Well, Pharrell was hanging around Lewis Hamilton.
No,
Pharrell was hanging around
before Drake.
That's
how Lewis Hamilton got into that circle. It was all being around Ludacris and all
Ludacris?
that, I thought.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we ain't getting.
He's been around. That's what I'm saying. He didn't put people on. I think to that. I think, and I'm sorry to interject, man, but I think it's wild that so many people hate Drake just because of hating Drake is the thing to do, right? And I'm playing devil's advocate now because I'm no Drake stan by any means, and I'm not the biggest Drake fan, but I have like 4 Drake songs that I think are cool or decent, maybe 6. Maybe 6. I'm not, now don't get me wrong, this not like, oh yeah, I hop in the car after a long day and it's like, oh, I need to hear this Drake album or nothing like that. Right, but it's like definitely man, he makes music for a certain time and place. And the music that he makes for those time and places are catchy little bops that are, appropriate to hang out to. But I say all that to say, I think his PR campaign of trying to put him in all these places, right? Like you say, Louis, for example, he's hopping up at the University of Kentucky to do this. Oh, he's kicking it with the women's soccer team doing this. Oh, he's over here at this movie premiere doing this.
Smack.
All this stuff, right? I mean, he has a good PR machine.
Oh my God.
You gotta understand, right? He did host a smack battle. But I say all that to say, man, y'all gotta understand, man, Drake is a personality. Drake is not to be measured the same way as other MCs, producers, DJs, rappers in general are. Because that's not the path he came up, man. Drake is a manufactured
He's
product.
a celebrity.
He's a celebrity that makes music. And he can't have it.
He wants that though, just like Russ.
He can't have it.
He thinks he can.
He can't have
he thinks he does have it.
Russ has more credibility in his path than Drake does by a long shot. A long shot. Because at least Russ can be like, yeah, I came up rhyming. I've been trying to be I'm rapping out here. I'm really doing it. Whether you like it or not, that's one thing. But Drake, you ain't gonna find pictures of Drake at 17, like, at the set of Degrassi doing a freestyle cipher or some shit. Nah. He was, he was busy doing
the problem.
Shit.
The problem is to get the legitimacy that Drake wants, he would lose fans, and he's not willing to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I disagree. Even though that sounds about right, I think what he was trying to do. But it sounds about right. But I think what he's trying to do on a bad scale is try to do that with these diss songs. He was trying to do that. This is the best he could do. Just like how Kanye made Yeezus, and it sounded like a Death Grips album.
I think it's the best he can do. I think he could go harder. Pause.
But I don't think he knows how to do nothing like that though. You had
I
Conductor
think
Williams.
he's too intimidated because he knows if he goes too far,
No,
he'll
he's not
lose
intimidated.
fans.
I don't know
Nah,
how
like,
you
he
go
Talking
down
about
to
Drake?
someone has
Yeah.
thought about
I
it.
think you're right, Carl. I think the reason that he won't go too far is because he'll lose fans, and because he knows it's not an economically viable thing to do. I
I
don't know
mean,
if y'all just saw the footage of him actually performing "They Not Like Us" while they're on stage at his concert, his tour right now. Drake is playing the song and letting the crowd sing it back, talking about OV ho, OV ho, and he's up there doing like this. Because guess what? He's like, wow, I took it on the chin, I took that L, but I bet you I'm still gonna make money. I bet you I'm still gonna tour off of it. And I think that he feels like he's above having to respond at this point. The next response he has to do has to be something nuclear. Like it has to be insane. There's nothing that Drake can do to come back from "They Not Like Us." You
There's
know what I mean?
nothing
Or
except make
from
a good album.
this cop out. No, there's nothing he could do, and he's on tour. He's on tour.
He
So
makes a
unless
good
he's
album.
on tour, he needs to make an album that is literally all diss songs to Kendrick Lamar,
No,
like we've
he
said
won't do
before.
it.
He's not gonna
He
do
won't
that.
do
Yeah,
it.
It's
exactly.
over with
Why would
already.
he do it? Well, he's gonna do an album about how his feelings were hurt, and I bet you it's gonna be akin to that. And it's still, and people are gonna eat it. He's gonna contort this to his fan base's liking, and he's gonna feed them,
Well,
and he's gonna win. He's gonna still eat off of this.
well, for years, people were saying that they want him to make an actual full rap album with no melodies. You know how he does like timestamp records, like the 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. They want him to do like a straight album.
Yeah,
He never done
one
it.
of those was hard.
Yeah, no, it was off the recent one. Conductor Williams did that beat. I was like, oh, you're Conductor, man. But we know he's tapped in. But after all that, because like you gotta remember this dude. So we're gonna get straight to the performance. We're gonna skip the Black Hippie performance, which when you guys see Dr. Dre, that it
Yes.
Of course.
all right, so so there's another subliminal thing about that. You guys know how the game was. Guys obviously know the game. Apparently,
Hey yo, hold on, Lord. I
Yeah,
can't
there's
hear
something
you,
really,
man.
really, Lukey. I think your TV's way
Lukey,
too
man.
loud.
Yeah, man. We hear Spanish in your situation. Dora the Explorer or something, man.
we're at it.
That was Spanish?
I don't know what it
My bad. Here
was.
we go.
Whatever it was. All right, Lil,
think
go
it was
ahead, man. I'm
Spanish.
sorry. You were
Sorry.
yeah, I could
Juventus.
hardly hear you.
Oh my God, it was.
Yeah.
So Dr. Dre setting this all off. There's apparently another subliminal because apparently the game sided with Drake, and at the beginning,
Right.
one of the game songs where he's paying homage to Dre, he's like, Dre, I see dead people, and to have
Yeah.
Dr. Dre come out and do that, then people, I just seen this on Twitter, so I don't know if the Twitter's crazy or if I'm just crazy, but it kind of makes sense. But what did you guys think of Dr. Dre setting that half an hour party off of his funeral?
I thought it was epic. Oh, go ahead, Lukey.
I mean, ain't that the guy that like really set him off though? Like he linked up with Dre and did a show or some shit like that. And
So that Mr.
Only fitting.
Lamar album was his last album with Dre. He's not with Dre anymore.
No, but Dre was one of the ones that kind of broke him, though.
Yeah. But,
Pause.
but you know why? You know who brought him to Dre? The Game. The Game also found Nipsey Hussle when nobody. So the Game is instrumental in a lot of this. So a lot of people.
Really?
Why is not? Yeah. So because as a shady aftermath G Unit die hard, I pay attention to all these guys. I gotta admit, I gotta pay attention to these dudes from like who they have kids with to who they signed. But so during LAX, that was 2008. This is some history for y'all listening out there.
Mm-hmm.
What up?
Right after the release of LAX, the Game took Kendrick Lamar and a young Nipsey Hussle on tour, and there was a huge controversy.
Oh wow!
Because he bought a Crip on tour, Nipsey, and then this is paid on. So the Dre was still tapped into the Game, and he heard it. I like that dude right there. Who's that dude? And then the Game brought the Game actually brought Nipsey to Dre first, but he passed. Then when he heard Kate on tour, he's like, yo, I like that. then somewhere down the line, I don't know how like the paperwork got signed, but feel this is the new Aftermath artist. So after all that stuff with Dr. Dre, this is the thing about the shady Aftermath thing. For Kendrick Lamar to have a #1 song in the country after Dr. Dre deal is incredibly rare to see in this day and age because no other artists have done that. 50 hasn't done that. The Game hasn't done that. Any other artist signed to Dre never done that before. So it shows like the significance, but also if you guys pay attention to Dr. Dre too, you listen to all of Kendrick Lamar's albums, there's no Dr. Dre beats on
there. No, he just he's an executive producer, right?
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Steering it.
That's odd.
That's what I said too. So I was like, so you signed this dude. You gave like every artist you signed, like even Busta.
Well, wait a minute. No, on Good Kid, Mad City, there's a Dr. Dre beat.
If it's the Recipe or Compton. Compton's produced by Just Blaze and Scoop DeVille did the recipe. I was gonna say I had the CD right here.
No, Good Kid, Mad City, the one with MC8. Isn't that a Dre beat?
That's Pharrell.
What? Pharrell made that beat? No, never.
No, Pharrell, okay,
hold on. To the Google's eye.
A couple Pharrell beats sound like Dre. Yeah,
that beat is
sound like Dr. Dre beats.
See, but that
beat is crazy.
That whole Kendrick Lamar deal with Dre, it was just a deal to push him to like, hey, this is who I'm standing beside now too. But like, it's crazy how the longevity of his records go compared to Drake's now too. Because if you go back and listen to Drake's old album, no, it's produced by some dude named Soundwave and Terrence Martin.
Soundwave, yes, man, Soundwave is that dude. Okay, Soundwave and Terrence Martin made that. Yeah, that shit is hard. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking through here. I'm trying to see. I guess not. Damn, Dre. You didn't do nothing? Yeah, he says Dre just did he mixed everything on Good Kid Mad City. That's what he does.
Hey, drums, man. I need like what you gave the Game. Like, because did you guys listen to the documentary before?
Of course, yeah, I love the documentary.
Oh yeah, see, Dre's all over that.
Great album.
But you don't get that with Kendrick album. That's why I think a lot of people they gravitate to him now because I think that they wanted to try something different with that artist because they're like, hey, instead of pushing these beats on him, let's do that TDE thing. Because a lot of those producers on there, Soundwave's TDE, DJ Dahley's TDE, there's a lot of TDE producers from that though.
Well,
that's good.
But yeah, we'll get a little bit off track. So when this dude sets up Not Like Us, like when you guys first heard that record, like what did you guys think? Like, I can't believe this because like that's the #1 song in USA first.
I can't believe it now. I can't believe that it is. When I first heard
it was corny.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. To be honest, I just thought it was some LA shit. You know, I definitely was like, oh man, yeah, the West Coast gonna eat this up. But I just kind of thought it was just literally him making fun of the whole situation at that point. Like he just put some shit together like, ha ha, you know, like it was just like a funny diss track to me more so than anything. Like I like Meet the Grams so much more than that. Like, you know, yeah, man, it was over after Meet the Grams to me. Everything else like was just like icing on the cake. And then, yeah, like I said, They Not Like Us, like that coming out, yeah, that was just the icing on the cake. But I was just like, oh wow, he did that. People love it, and I'm like, wow, it's insane that the world love it like that.
Here's how I knew it shit was a hit. My cousin Isaiah called me, and he's from Compton. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Slim. He called me and said, "You heard the Kendrick Lamar song?" I was like, "Which one?" Yeah. And then the Not Like Us joint. And he said, "Man, this is some California shit, man. That's what I've been waiting on. It's some real California shit right here." Cause he loves E40. I would be confused sometimes. I'm saying all the sporty dopalicious and no way I'm going back to selling yayo for my mayo. He loves all that shit, like all the bass shit and like when he called me,
Dre, oh man,
shout out Mac Dre.
Yeah, he loves all that. What's the Faduki? Is that a Mac Dre?
No,
that's
Faduki.
No, Faduki, Food and Dookie. That's an LA dude. Faduki, Food and Dookie. I don't know. No. I think it's Mac Dre who said Faduki. But anyway, he loves all that.
I've ever heard that. I don't know if Mac Dre would say a word such as that. So I'm
They used to
gonna-
call him the Is.
yeah.
The whose new nickname was the Is?
Thiz,
And, yeah,
Thiz, Thiz is Mac Dre and them. Yeah, the Thiz
Yeah,
Nation.
So it's Mac Dre. So
Yeah.
Mac Dre did say food and dookie. He said that the bitch house smell like food and dookie. Anyway,
Okay, now now when
for
you put it
dookie,
in that context, yeah, that sounds like something he would
for
say.
dookie.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey,
but he
that's
love all
another
that
thing
shit.
too. The Bay is another thing that got referenced in that because E40, because I watched that, he narrated that whole concert. He wasn't there, but he narrated.
He's a legend.
Yeah, E40 did.
Mhm.
That's dope.
Yeah, but yeah, I heard when my cousin called, I knew it was a hit. It grew on me a lot. Not like us. Then when I saw all those kids in the little dance hall rapping all the words,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I knew the battle was over. It was over.
I
with.
mean,
Mm.
really,
It was
it
over
was insult to injury because not only did he switch and go completely West Coast with it, he had already, buried him basically.
Right.
Just to drop this after Meet the Grams was unnecessarily mean, but funny.
But see, that's another thing that's too, because I remember watching that whole thing in real time when Drake dropped that Family Matters. Literally, I was stuck to my computer. It was like I was waiting for something to happen. Like 15 minutes later, that Meet the Grams dropped, and I never knew it was Alchemist at the time now too. But when I found out it was
Me either.
Alchemist, I was like, this dude is a sick man, because that beat, I don't know if you guys ever had like a nightmare where it has like a clown or watch like
Yeah, it sounded like a horror. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a horror movie. And then when you think of like the things he's saying in that, he's like he's popping pills and having sex on Turks. It's like I don't know if you can visualize. I haven't been.
And he's having conversations with his family.
Yeah,
I mean that song was just dark. It was dark.
I love the dark shit, yo. I love.
Yeah, it was great.
Fucked up shit. Yeah,
I just for me that was all he needed, and Not Like Us was just pissing on his grave.
Well, see, that's another thing too. So with that Meet the Grams now too, because he didn't perform that at that concert now too. Do you think like
I wish he would have?
That's another thing people wish now too. Do you think if he would have performed that he would have did the Alchemist beat? Because I don't think you can do a West Coast party like that. And
nah, you could do
I was
that.
hoping he could have, yeah. It would have been
It was
a nice
more of a
little
celebration of
part to
West
do
Coast.
Go walk over there
Yeah.
and turn on.
It would have been nice, but it wasn't necessary based off of what they ended up doing.
it would have threw the whole vibe up, I would have think now too. Because like he
It would have.
No.
Well,
You did your four over to start it. You would have killed the party vibe, but they'll bring it back up later on. It's a show. It's like a paragraph. When you write, it's like a paragraph.
Because you guys didn't watch the full concert. Did you guys see when he did 616 in LA?
No.
So that's another Drake diss song.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
I heard about it. I missed that part. I
heard it, but
and
Okay,
just
maybe if you
watching
guys
the
want to go
five.
listen to it, it samples Al Green. I don't know if you guys are Al Green fans up in here.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I heard the song.
Ah, well, there you go, right there. It's
We've all made love to a woman.
See, mine
One of
was
my best days.
before R. Kelly was a freak, and that was my go-to. But we can't listen to R. Kelly no more. So you'll bring me Jay Holiday or someone, But anyway,
Hey, you're in a safe place with Primo Jab, just so you know.
Nothing beats Al Green.
so with that, like I said now, too. So with that whole, like I said, Meet the Grams and stuff, like 616 in LA. He brought a black hippie to that.
Yeah.
So do you think like the entire TDE is gonna say fuck Drake now too? Because and does Drake cancel his Amazon Prime membership?
Yeah, Drake already. Drake,
because it was broadcast on Amazon Prime.
Do you see my face,
about this? You knew about this, Bezos.
Do you see my face, Lo? You have a point. He already canceled it when they threw the show. Before we finally just on the show. I didn't think about that.
Could you do
That
this
is-
to
that-
me,
that is
Amazon?
great. That's great. He canceled that shit right when they know there.
I'm
Right when
shopping
they
on
stole the show.
Alibaba from now on.
eBay.
Let me ask you this. Rank the songs for me, Lo. Rank the four the songs, right?
Yeah.
For
It's like
I don't know
Kendrick
if you wanna
Lamar.
count
Eight discs,
that. I don't
6
know if
discs.
Well,
No, there's 5. I don't
No,
know.
no, no. Four, just Kendrick.
Oh, just Kendrick. Okay.
Uh,
So it goes like probably like how they were released. Well, actually, no. I like. Fuck. Yeah.
Euphoria, 616,
No, you're
the Grams, and then you got Night Like Us. You got 4.
Yeah.
But if you want to count the first one, what's the first one?
like
Metro
that.
Boomin.
I don't like you.
Like that.
that.
I love
I
like
like
that.
it.
Okay, so 616 in LA is my
You
favorite.
sleepy?
Not Like Us, Meet the
Okay.
Grams. Oh yeah, but it's hard for me to like get into Meet the Grams because like it's so dark. Like I can't. It's something like if you're pissed off at somebody, like yeah, you
It's
go.
hilarious. It's
It's
hilarious. I can picture him just sitting there, like with some dork glasses, like like super thick. You know what I mean? Like just like and a notebook and talking to him and saying, "So tell me about your family." Like going through the whole thing. I could see the therapy unfurling. I like the attack was so it was so calculated and ruthless. I loved it. I love it, man. I think and the
That's the only
soundtrack of
Venom.
it. Like it's so methodical. It's just unraveling his whole fallacy and whack ass life, man. It's like if you were Drake and you heard that song come out, you probably cried in your basement. Like, damn, man, I can't believe
kinda-
this.
Open up. Go ahead.
It kind of reminded me of the way the Ghetto Boys would story tell in that dark kind of,
I didn't think of it like that because the Ghetto Boys,
yeah,
like the early Ghetto Boys, we're talking.
yeah.
I never thought of it like, oh man, I gotta go with small Ghetto Boys and listen to that shit now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm coming
Yeah,
from a
great
West
point.
Coast perspective right now too, so I'm thinking about all the West Coast classic beats, like like No Vaseline or like Hit 'Em Up. Or
It's like No Vaseline. I think that's the closest song equivalent to Not Like Us as far as a West Coast diss song. I think those, you hit it right on the head, Lo. I think
Not
they're
Like
cousins.
Us is definitely.
Yeah.
Not Like Us and No Vaseline are like
I think Meet the Grams
connected.
like for more of like the East Coast abyss.
Yeah,
We hit
absolutely.
that battle.
I mean,
all angles.
He did that for
the
us.
Alchemist.
He did that for us to be like, oh,
no,
yo,
he didn't. He
Alchemist
didn't do it
beat?
for us.
Yeah,
he didn't do that for us. He did
No.
that for. He did all that shit for one person.
Drake.
Aubrey
Yeah.
Drake.
Oh, okay.
No, he did it for
didn't-
Drake. And
that's-
look,
yeah.
you're dealing with 4 songs that have 4 different styles and soundscapes to them.
Yeah, good point.
Drake, you can't do this, and guess what? You can't do this either, and guess what?
Yeah,
You can't do this, and while I've got you down in a box
Yeah.
6 feet under, I'm gonna throw
Right.
some West Coast on you so you don't fuck with us again.
right. Just so
And
it's
That's
not
what
the
that
game you didn't
was.
know.
That's what that was. That was
You know
I'm
what other
gonna
song is
break you
like?
down in 4 parts, and it's gonna
like
be 4
California,
different styles.
That Tupac song, California Dream or whatever that Tupac song
California
is. That
Love.
sings California Love, exactly. You know what I mean? That song right there was just a pure I'm a California motherfucker beat on my chest type shit. And like
and
Carl
Drake
said,
ain't gonna do it though.
you can't do shit about it. We better than you. You ain't.
Drake.
I don't care what you on, Drake. You're Drake.
Drake copied. What did Kendrick say? Niggas don't like Cali niggas or whatever. True. Only Cali niggas make, except that my nigga Davino, make Cali music. Drake has copied every other genre imaginable, but he has not copied the California style. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't because he can't.
He did it once. It was on one.
He
song.
did?
It was
Really?
There's only one song on Take Care called The Motto. He ripped off the Bay Area.
Oh, I love the motto. Yeah, the motto is a good song.
Wow.
But yeah, absolutely. That was kind of in the style of Tyga at the time.
Yeah,
And
I can't say that. I don't.
That was a
like Drake.
different. That was a different Cali sound. That wasn't the traditional Cali sound that we're talking about.
Yeah, no, yeah,
synthesizers and all that. But that was absolutely a Cali synth type of sound for that era right there.
There's another
Absolutely.
one from that era too, because he was on YG's "Who Do You Love" and it sampled.
Yeah, right.
I think that was the song that we sampled Rapping 4K.
I think so too. Yeah, but yeah, YG for example, yeah, he was the West Coast face at that time when Drake was coming up. Drake was trying to kind of kick it with him a little bit.
He was.
Wow, Drake.
He liked
Wow,
to
you
kick
are a
with anybody
parasite,
relevant.
sir. It's
Duh.
like you look back. It's like you look back at all types of pictures. Like you have these flashbacks. Like, wait a minute, was Drake there? And you see Drake in the background. Like you just see him in the background. Yeah, exactly. Like, hey
And
man,
it's a
Drake's
go
there.
at
You
y'all
guys
see
notice?
Stargate.
He's stealing their
and then
song.
doing the Homer Simpson disappear into the
Oh yeah,
hedge.
with the bush. So if you
Either
guys
go either
notice,
go
Fucking Drake.
that family,
Take a couple notes.
Yeah.
he,
hmm
like this is another thing I don't see. Like this
You
is,
piece of shit.
I think we should just give
Oh
back
shit.
Tupac's win because if you guys notice, Drake has Pharrell's jewelry, he has
Yep.
somebody else's jewelry, but in that video, Family Matters, he now owns 50 Cent's G Unit spinner now because it's
That's not his.
Oh.
No, it's not his. It's not his.
No, it wasn't his.
oh,
It
it's
was a
not
It's
his.
fake.
Oh,
he got
okay.
it. He got it made. He got it made. He got that shit. It's a mock, but he got it made.
I'm
It's a
off.
really good. Yeah,
He's like, give me that
it
aluminum
was corny.
for the video. Just give me that aluminum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Congratulations.
shit.
Yeah, I think I
He
was
made it out
on
of
Reddit.
bubblegum wrappers.
Okay, so
Yeah,
another thing is
exactly.
too,
That's
because
exactly what it looked like.
you guys are in Atlanta now too, and another thing he says in that song now too. I don't think I ever heard somebody give a history lesson over a club anthem before. Because in that third verse, I didn't even know about that shit about Atlanta. When he talks about you went to Atlanta to get a couple of dollars, you're not
Yep.
a colleague, you're
Yep.
a colonizer. And then he breaks it all down from all the Atlanta artists now too.
Yep.
Mhm.
If you look at it from his like Drake's career, he wasn't really popping like that in the clubs until Future, Quavo, 21. Because let's face it, Wayne wasn't there. And everybody says, where's this album with Wayne? If you notice, see, that's another thing I don't like about this Drake dude now. He'll do an album where Future and 21 and I think somebody else, but it's like the one person who helped you and the one album that's quote unquote your Watch the Throne, you're backing away. But it's like what Carlos said now too. Now I don't think he'd come back from this now too because when that Not Like Us, when he brought the entire, well not the entire West Coast, but a majority of these West Coast artists on stage to they were crip walking. They had little kids crip walking on this dude. That I thought it was on this
Blood
dude.
walking.
Culture.
There's blood walking. There's blood walking.
And there's like one clip of Jay Worthy screaming like he can't believe he's there. He's like, pause.
Well, they had Crips
Yeah.
and Bloods on stage, didn't they?
It was a big LA thing,
Yeah,
man.
but
That's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
thing I think
Bloods,
people need to realize.
Mexicans.
This was a LA party. This was a Compton party. You know what I mean? This was
Yep.
them
Definitely.
really that Southern LA representing. Although, like you said, E40 was there narrating. It was definitely a Southern LA representation of we
Southern
back
Cali, yep.
Southern Cali. We thank you, Carl. We back in this music thing. We standing on it. Check us all out. And having everybody up there, just politics wise, the fact that there's so many people there and it was just chill and unified. I think it was a beautiful thing, but I'm sad because I feel like it's only a matter of time before the equal and opposite comes because you don't get to have a moment of unity and a moment of good times like that without some garbage about to pop up, man. Like the enemy is always working and they see stuff like that.
Let's go.
Yeah, they ain't happy. So I would assume there's going to be some turmoil that comes in the next month or so.
That's VP.
Well, I can't see like 'cause I don't know about you guys now too, but if you guys like paid attention to like the West Coast, like it has its eras. So the West
Mhm.
Coast has its up and down eras. So it starts from like Cube. So we're gonna go to like recent. So the last West Coast resurgence we've seen was like the Game, where all these West Coast artists like Glasses Malone. There's too many to name. And then after that, it was like the TDE wave, and then the Odd Future wave, and then the Mustard phase. But now it's like we're seeing this resurgence again but it's like where DJ Quick, Jay Worthy, Larry June, man, there's a lot of artists from California too. Like that's another thing that's too. Larry June from California.
Yeah, he's from San Francisco.
Yeah, I don't see Drake working with Larry June. What the hell was Larry June with them now? Gee, I would have loved to see two peas in a pod, on that stage.
Oh man,
I'm not saying the Meet the Whoop song was whack, but it's like, it would have made more sense. And like you guys had
two peas in a pod. One day we'll get it.
So can he go back to the West Coast after?
Drake?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's
got fans everywhere.
I don't know,
exactly. That's going to be the proof is in the pudding, man. He can do whatever he wants to do, man. That's how he's gonna try to attempt to claim victory. He's gonna be like, yeah, I'm still doing this Oakland show. I'm still doing all my shows on the West Coast. Watch. That's his only claim. Mm-hmm. He's gonna sell out. People are going.
I think it was after Meet the Grams or before, but right in the middle of that Kendrick and Drake, when it was like all going with the diss tracks, he sold his LA mansion and moved to Texas.
Oh wow.
I mean, a lot of people were doing that since the pandemic. California went crazy.
Like, you chose the time where these diss songs are coming out. It's like, all right, okay, I think so. Maybe it's
I think that was the motivation for him to be like, you know what, I don't. I mean, it could have been anymore.
I'm not getting trapped. I'm not being pop. Yeah, no, it makes sense now too, because there's another theory out there now too, because the game wasn't there, and apparently when Drake goes to California, that's his muscle. So being that all of California doesn't really fuck with game, it seems like, can this guy, if you guys seen, like I said, I've been following the story, like, I should start a news channel for it. Like, so the game put out this emotional statement why he wasn't there. He's like, oh, I was sucking on nipples that taste like house keys. I'm not kidding, that's literally
what?
What?
What a lame. He's a dork. I can't stand the game, man. Like he's the he's the most best rapping dork I've ever noticed. He's just like such a lame, man. Like for real.
A copier.
Yeah. He's pretty much Drake without being an actor.
Yeah. Let's go back real quick. My phone is dying. Give me, fellas. Drake is LeBron. So as many people that hates LeBron, they love Drake. They love LeBron. He has just as many haters as lovers. So Drake can still, like y'all said, he can do whatever he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? He can come back to LA. He can sell out a show there today. Or right after that show.
You know who this matters to? This matters to rap fans. This doesn't matter to pop fans. They don't give a shit. They were interested. They followed it, but it didn't change their opinion on Drake. And a lot of them in the pop world feel like he won.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Which to anybody that's into rap would know clearly he did not win. He got bodied on every track.
But they have some of those occasional fans. I refuse to say casual. They didn't really. They were in the middle. How about they didn't know whether to vote for Trump or Biden, and they hear this music, and they hear him call dude a pedophile. Now they're like, "Oh, Drake's a pedophile." This is irreparable damage to the people that didn't really care about it. That would maybe go to the show, maybe occasionally motherfucking go.
Yeah, the casual people
go get. They're in the middle. This went over for those people. It took them over the top to be like, "Oh, fuck Drake." I see little kids calling Drake a pedophile now. Leave Millie Bobby alone. Blah 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 blah. It's crazy. But all I know this, Carl, from Reddit. Reddit is the only way I know this. Yeah, Reddit. Reddit was the only social media I went on for like the last 4 days. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I can't.
Reddit's anyway, the best.
But that's the only way I know that.
That's a wild.
Yeah, it's uncensored.
I feel like I learned stuff at least off of Reddit.
It really is.
Like Lukey said, I get things. I get to hear or feel the temperature of the actual people out here, as opposed to watching a news story about something. I can see what the Reddit editors are talking about.
Reddit really that lit? Man, I'm using Reddit for all.
Yeah, and they got a lot of porn on
and
there
I never
too.
get reported.
I wasn't so okay. Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I was,
only thing that happened was
put it on a class like
yeah,
that.
Priorities,
I'm not
got to
paying
make sure your priorities are there.
$29.99 for OnlyFans to watch this chicken railed from 7 different angles. Go to Reddit.
What?
but they did it. They did say they said a note saying am I suicidal?
Well, no. Okay,
Yeah.
Lukey said it so many times on the podcast. He's like, "Yo, the OnlyFans man, just go to Reddit, man." So I remember this chick. I was like, "Damn, I would do anything to meet this chick. I don't want to pay $29.99." Like Carl said the exact same word. You can see her getting railed from 17 different angles when you can just go on Reddit. I'm just quoting what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Facts.
Yeah, but then if you say some crazy shit on Reddit, they'll hit you with the suicide note. Be like, "Are you suicidal? Here's a number for help or whatever." I got that a couple times. I don't know why I got it.
I've seen that on
Just
there.
downvote those.
I got it.
Just downvote them.
So
I don't even. They send it to your. Yeah, but I do downvote and upvote a lot of fucked up
videos on there because I'm a little bit lost at the moment.
I mean, maybe I'm talking too much about abortion under their pictures, and they think I'm suicidal. Because anytime they say, "You want to breed me, or would you leave it in, pull it out?" I'll be like, "No, because they reversed Wade versus Roe. No, because they reversed it. I wouldn't come at you because they reversed Wade versus Roe." I keep on saying it all over and over again. And that's the overturning of the abortion bill. Under every OnlyFans chick shit, I say like this one chick, I got mommy milkers, and I say, "You can sell your breast milk," and she was like, "Yeah, I have it in my bio." I'm like, "Oh, there was exactly probably it's like 480 some comments. I'm the only person that she replied to on the joint about mommy milkers." Yeah, it's on there somewhere. You go look at my comments. Anyway, boom.
No, for the fact, yeah. You gotta have like Reddit story or something like that, because literally I was on Reddit, there was like a mock army thread on there, and how you can see the lines. I'm like, oh, this person has a good opinion, and when I read the username, it's like Skit God Luke Cage. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, that's okay. So
yeah, he's active.
Yeah,
he's on there.
Active on it because we be on the comments. I don't even expect oh, this guy got a good coup. We read this. Oh, Skit God Luke. Oh shit. Oh, he's active on here.
Yeah. That's how I got a couple friends on here, yo. But Reddit is how I knew how lit the Kendrick Lamar show was. You know what I'm saying? And Whitney was there with the baby. You know what I'm saying? Whitney was there with the babies. Even though Kendrick tried to say all the time that how where's Whitney at? Whitney. And clearly she was on Mr. Morale praising him about how he broke the generational curse. And Drake was always trying to say, "Hey, Whitney don't like you and the babies are yours." Whitney loves that man. I think they're still engaged, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nothing about his personal life. Nor do I care.
See, I'm a little bit slow. So when Drake was saying Whitney, I was thinking about Whitney Houston. I was like, the fuck, why is he? Because I didn't even know that was his fiance's name. I'm like, why is this guy bringing Whitney Houston into this? And then, it unfolds after, but it's like,
No, if he had been talking about Whitney, you would have seen Bobby appear. Bobby don't play that shit. Bobby would have been trying to get that man taken out of here. Don't you ever.
Sorry.
That's why for the longest time I was confused because I actually had to do research. I was like, okay, this guy's bringing up Whitney Houston, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's Kendrick Lamar's wife or fiance now too.
Fiance, yeah.
So that's another thing to notice too. So why would this is the one I want to ask you guys now too, because you guys like Pusha T now too. Why would Drake reply to Kendrick Lamar with all this shit, but he won't reply to Pusha T? Because he still hasn't replied to that story of Addie Dawn, if you guys ever heard that.
What is there to reply to? You are hiding a child. You are hiding a child. Now, I mean, his best reply? His best reply to Pusha T is being in his child's life. That's all. There it is. What else can you do?
That's the best thing. He won. He forced Drake to be a father out in the open. Yep. He would be an would be an NDA, an afterthought, with his other 11-year-old daughter he should be watching Frozen and
Not
teaching
real.
her tables.
Oh yeah,
Not
see that's
I think it could be, because here you go. What did Kendrick say? You lied about this. You lied about your religious views. You lied about you lied. Why believe you? They never gave us nothing. You never gave us nothing to believe in. So when you lie as much, that's why it's important to tell the truth to people you love and all the time. Because when you lie, and you lie enough, everything you becomes suspect.
Your word don't mean nothing.
Everything come out of trust that. You know what I'm saying? Word. He's a cornball, yo. Oh my God. He makes me sick sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Word. He does. His whole personality and get up makes me sick.
So there's a thing about that. Because I like how, well, I don't like how he tried to deflect it now too, but apparently that verse about him hiding a daughter, he quote unquote made that up to feed the Kendrick's team, but it's like,
right.
Are you just saying that? Or is like, these rappers are wild nowadays, man, now too, because it's like you did it the first time. How do we know you're not doing the second time? Or this is this not the first time you got exposed, so it makes you wonder, is this guy really? And if you look at another fucked up part about this now too. So right after all that concert, West Coast party, he shot a video. He's shooting a video now in Compton. You guys know this girl named Bobby Adorf? She's like a famous.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah. I saw that she was out in Compton.
Well,
I don't like her. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if I can do the pyro on here. Sorry, Jay Werb, if you see it, but I'm trying.
Whoa. Okay.
I would never.
Nope.
But yeah, there's no reason.
Not even dressed all in red at the front of a Jay Worthy show. I wouldn't.
There's no reason that girl should be ingratiated into the circles that she gets to hang out with, man. I feel like she's a novelty for some people, and they're embracing her that way. But like, I don't like her stick. I don't get it, man. She's this like personality.
People in bed, like that's her whole thing. Like she does a podcast with them, and she like gets underneath the covers, and it looks like they just woke up and they have an interview. So it's a kind of a weird stance. Most of the interviews I see that she's in bed with someone.
Is she really like sarcastic and dry?
Yes.
Is that who we're talking about?
Yes.
She had that awkward interview with Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah,
okay. That's her.
And she's like
her whole
19 or 18. I don't know how old.
No, she's older than that. She's married and has kids.
Oh, she's married.
She's in her mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, her whole I'm just like the role she plays of I'm just so clueless to everything that's going on.
I think that's
of course it's an act.
No way.
Of course it's an act.
Stupid.
But I mean, I feel like she does. It's an insult, man.
She just started out doing comedy videos, like TikTok reels and stuff, and then started a podcast after she had gained some internet popularity.
So would you guys quote do you guys think a Kendrick Lamar interview is going to come with this chick after?
Oh, I'm sure of it.
I hope.
I don't think so. He was invited. I believe the public was invited to that, and I believe she showed up like that. I don't think her personally was invited. I think Hood was invited of it, and she showed up. And funny thing about, want to offend anybody, we as Black people embrace people that kind of embrace us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not whether
Absolutely.
it might hurt, not. What's the girl's name? Vicky, that wears the bonnet.
Yeah. Whoa,
Vicky.
Yeah.
She lives in Atlanta.
What's the other girl's name that say the N-word a lot? Krayshawn's sister.
Bad Barbie.
V Nasty or whatever.
Oh,
no, not bad. V Nasty.
V Nasty and Krayshawn. Yeah. Well, that's different, man. I don't know if you've ever bumped into Bay Area white girls like that, but they kind of like there's a whole sect, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they get busy like that in the Bay Area, man. Filipinos, all of them, like they got potty mouths.
It's not on a nationwide scale though. It's on a nationwide scale that we embrace. Oh, Post Malone. We indoctrinated him, and then he left us.
No,
You know what I mean?
he just stumbled. He stumbled into the cookout, and nobody kicked him out. They felt sorry for him. He got to hang out for a
he
little
left
bit.
the cookout.
And he was like, "Yo,
Came to
sorry."
the cookout. You know what? I don't really like it in here. Thank you for
Yeah.
the food. I'm gonna go
Thanks.
plate and I'm
Yeah,
out.
I'm going.
He
I'm
started
leaving.
wearing
Thanks for
camouflage
letting me
baseball
here.
caps and
Oh my God. Like so weird
like
to
with
me. I was
fishing
like,
hooks in them and shit.
His
they
picture
tried-
looks like it stinks. You know what I mean? Like whenever I see him, it just like there's a smell attached.
does
to him.
look
It smells
smelly.
like
He
it
looks
smells
smelly.
like sawdust,
And depression.
old throw up, and spilled old
industry-
stale beer.
Smells like a yellow.
the industry's try to do that with Pink, but it was more of the label than her. You know what I'm saying?
Pink wasn't with that.
So she went right back to doing what she did best, which is like punk rock music. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And became as famous as she was. So I don't really blame her that much, especially when I heard the story. But she was rapping though. She was rapping. And she didn't do a bad job either, if you ask me.
No.
So
yeah.
after all this now too, so do you think that when this Not Like Us video comes out now too, do you think it's gonna have Meet the Grams parts in it? Or do you think because it's like, or do you think it's overkill at this point?
Overkill.
I mean, I was
If
good
he
with
dies,
it.
he dies, man.
It's like,
It's over with.
okay, so
It's
I don't
done.
want to put you guys on spot, but you guys are a little bit older than me. I never got to witness when Tupac released "Hit 'Em Up." You know,
Oh, it was insane.
so is this like the same type of energy? Because like there's no internet at the time now.
A little bit. I would say a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, because Hit 'Em Up, when that video used to come on, and the fact that Hit 'Em Up was, I think, a #1 song at one point.
Yep.
You know, yeah, I
it's
think this is absolutely the same type of vibes. Absolutely. Yeah, Lo. Yeah. Good connection there. Yeah. Because Hit 'Em Up, man, Hit 'Em Up
It
started
was
off
everywhere.
First
It was
off,
everywhere.
You claim
And the
like,
click you
and
claim,
the
yep.
video. The video was just ill, man. Like it was like, come on, man. This is what you on, Tupac.
You claimed to be
wild.
a player, but I fucked your wife.
Fucked your wife. Yeah,
I mean, he was nasty with it. My fofo makes sure all your kids don't grow.
Well, even like
Yeah.
even before that now too, because like I never, like I said, never got to witness
Crazy.
even the Two of the America's Most Wanted shoot where they do that skit.
Oh yeah.
Where we're like Piggy, and it's like that whole mock of like him and Diddy. He's like what the fuck is, what did they call Buff? It was Buff's idea.
Buff. Yeah. Look, America's Most Wanted, that song is so that's a quintessential rap song. Like that.
Yep.
And as far as them going back and forth, like man, that's #1. That's a California song like a motherfucker. But #2, just as far as a rap song goes, that is a rap song for your ass, man. I love that song. That song is really special because their chemistry on there is just so ill. And for that to be a song that was for mass consumption, that was on the charts. Like I'm sure that was like a #2 or #3 song. #4,
Which one?
it was in the top 5.
We went #2, I think.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It was a top song. So yeah, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong. No Vaseline was kind of the first mainstream look at a rap beef, wasn't it? Like for most people that were, into Yo MTV raps and stuff like that, that was the first like big publicized like rap beef song that kind of hit the charts, wasn't it?
Yeah,
because I can't remember one before it.
I'm trying to think.
And I mean, rap battling for people that were really into rap battling has always been a thing.
What about the
bridge is over?
Like, because I wasn't I don't remember how that had. Did they go?
But there wasn't a video for that.
Over.
No, I think
I mean,
Vaseline is because
yeah, no, yeah, I think you're right. I think that's safe to say. That's the first one I think that made the biggest impact just because of when it happened. That was like late 88, 89, something like that. You know what I mean? When
no Vaseline came out. No, that was 1991. That was off Death Certificate.
90, 91. Okay, so
Yeah.
there you go. I'm sorry, late. Yeah, 90, 91. So still, but that's Kill It Will Cube. You know what I mean? That's him going solo from NWA. I mean, that was the news. I think that was just the soundtrack to the news of what was happening right then. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think there was anything really super
I
massive
mean, I
as
know
far as
people have thrown
diss-wise
shade
before
in
that.
songs before, but yeah, I don't
Right.
think there was a specific diss record.
No.
With naming them like by
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was just an all-out like declaration of war.
Yeah. Yep.
See,
Yep. Good point.
the game can't really say that because all of his stuff was on. They're not going to play his most famous diss songs, a 15-minute diss song. That wasn't played on the radio. There was no famous like, like when Game went against G and that was quote unquote the second versus West. No, it wasn't because none of those diss records were on radio. That's why I had to ask.
Right.
Is this Kendrick thing like like the Pac thing now too? Because if you pay attention, I can't believe you don't like a Pimp Butterfly. Because if you listen to that album,
I like 4 songs.
I think it aged better over time because like if you listen,
I'll play it again just for you, Lo. I'll play it again. I'll listen.
Man, just listen to it in entirety, man. You may.
I'll check it out.
Oh God, Wesley's theory's fire. But at the ending, he's interviewing Tupac, and this is where he started drawing all these Tupac comparisons now too. So
okay,
do you think like because we never got to see Big and Pac shake hands, and if you do think about it now too, Drake is a little bit on the big side now too because he's flashy, he's got the melodies, he's got the money. That's how Big was. And if you also do the research on Drake, he ripped off Mace lines more than once.
He's ripped off. He's reinterpreted a multitude of
I guess
lines.
that's a better word to put it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's
allegedly.
I was using the artistic and trying to be diplomatic with it. Yeah, hey man, yeah, that's what he does. He's an artist, man. He's a performer,
But you can't.
That's it.
You can't come back. Okay, so even if you are a performer or a so-called artist now too, when you think you can go toe to toe with somebody who takes this serious now too, because if you look at it now too, J. Cole when he was dissing Kendrick, he apologized now too. And I remember right after,
This is goofy.
not like us. Yeah, he did make a good job. I remember I was like, yo, why the fuck's he? No, he made a good choice. But if you look at after, 1 second, if he look after No Like Us, Drake dropped that soft ass song that Wild Gwendelaya. I can't say that shit. It's soft.
Oh yeah, that shit was kind of wild. Yeah,
And it makes
it was really pussy.
And it's like he's trying to like make people forget. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go remix a local artist song, and people will think that's No Like Us will just blow right over. It's like everything that you went against this, you kind of backfired in his face now too. Because if you look at him now too, you're doing songs like for like 13, like his last album for the Dogs. Like I don't like Yeet, I don't like Young Thug. I can't get it. I don't like 21 Savage. I just can't get into them. And if you look at his discography, like as of recently, he's making it towards kids, and yet,
yeah,
you hang around this dude. I don't know if you guys know who. Man, I'm living in Canada right now. I'm risking my shit over here. But if you guys know who Baka Not Nice is,
yeah, of course.
and it's like Baka got a weird case why he around. It's like, dude, you hanging around dudes who sex traffic women, and you got these.
Wait, what? Baka is a sex trafficker?
Yeah.
No, he's just sex trafficker adjacent.
No. I think he went.
Allegedly.
Allegedly?
No,
oh man, you better not never go to Cell Block 1.
That's what I mean. Like, because everyone thinks he's like, oh, he just making like he just throwing random shots. No, people have to break this down. It's like, okay, so You hated on a sex offender. That's your so-called.
I didn't know it was the same Baka. Oh wow, man.
It's the same one. That's all. I only know one Barker, but now I know.
Yeah, well, hey.
He's one of his right-hand men.
I think I played him once or twice on Mortal Kombat. I don't.
Oh, you're. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm slow as fuck. Oh, beautiful arms, right?
Say it again.
Would say, Loogie? Cut out.
My bad. I don't have my headphones plugged up anymore. My phone's about to die. I really can't hate on people that have people around who have suspect behavior, even though I don't hang out with people like that, because there's people in my family I know that have not sex trafficking crimes, not like that I still out. But yeah, that's not his family. That's just somebody he works with. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. But that's just rough. All this shit is direct shots at Drake and his character. And I'm all for it.
Now,
You itchy?
now being like, you guys are in media now too, because certain songs and media can inspire us now too. When you guys were like listening to all like these diss tracks back and forth now too, did you guys get like inspired somehow to like, hey, let's I don't know, just get inspired to like, do another interview or something like so when I heard that song, I thought about doing a video to everybody who dissed me in media, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But like would you guys ever like get inspired? Like did this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing inspire you guys to do something out of the box? Let's say that.
No, I think it in some ways forced us to talk about it. So we had an episode about it because it was what was going on.
Oh my god! I know when I watched that, that's why I wanted to do this with you guys because it was sometimes when you guys do your topics about the guest, like I don't know if other people do this, but when they talk to the screen, it's like, oh yeah, that part. Then you add your 2 cents, like, oh yeah, these dudes can't hear me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be invested in the show like that. So I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. I think just like Carl was saying, it's important. It just goes to show how important this moment was in the zeitgeist of the culture right now.
Yep.
It was worth talking about. I think it was worth taking a little bit of time to mention it and dig into it a little bit because it's fun. It's fun to talk about it. It's exciting. It added a little bit more.
It was a fun episode.
Yeah, juice into the ecosystem, but also at the same time, it like Carl has made the point previously, like, okay, it happened. Oh well, who cares, man? I'm listening to all this other music out here, man. I don't even care about none of that. Like that means nothing to me.
Well, see,
I have so much music I'm into that it doesn't matter.
Ty Ferris just dropped. Fucking Crime Apple just dropped.
Jesse Knack just dropped.
Yeah.
God damn it. A-Sun Eastwood just dropped. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's a lot of work out here, man. I don't care nothing about what they got going on over 1-2 songs. People putting out whole albums of pain out here, man.
That's right.
Enigma with an attitude, man, I'm so with Ty Ferris right now, man. I'm not, Ty Ferris, you're draining me $75 for a CD, but I'll pay it though because you deserve it.
Sold out in an hour.
Oh, that was yeah.
Sold out in an hour. Shout out Ty Ferris, and I'm telling you, he never shortchanges us on bars.
Oh no,
never.
And I'm glad that you made a post, Lo, because I almost missed it. I was behind, but I got my copy.
And that's another thing now too. Like, I remember because I wanted that action figure O-Card one. I remember being there like right at 101, and the gold tapes are selling out now too. See, that's another thing I wanted to ask you guys about now too. Do you guys think like the Bars Over BS movement is responsible for bringing back cassettes, but in a more collector's way? Because like there's holographic tapes, these are gold tapes. And I said this before. I'm like, man, these are like adult color. I mean, these are like adult Pokemon cards. Because I want a Mickey Diamond holographic tape.
Yeah. No, I think.
Go ahead, Prima Jab.
No, I bet you were about to say the same thing. I think absolutely, man. That's just what Bars Over BS does. They come with something that really hooks you in. And as far as for the tape buying people, it's more of, just like you said, a collectible and a novelty, and they're capitalizing on that, giving people exactly what they want and the numbers that they want, as far as, especially with the gold CD or the gold tapes.
Yeah, and I think the same people that are collecting records are collecting the tapes and the CDs as well. And there again, it's for the art, it's for the rollout and how it's done. And shout out to Bars Over BS. I think even if you didn't take the creativity they have in the way that they do the merch, the gold tapes, the variants, all of the different stuff, just the way they handle their business and they do it right. They have product in hand, then it goes on sale, then it gets shipped out. They over 100 releases now from Bars Over BS. They're doing a phenomenal job, and I think it's a market that definitely, I think they're on the forefront of really tapping into.
When did you guys first discover Ty Ferris? Since we're on this topic.
Well, I tapped in from The Fuck You Mean. So, I went on a burner run of 68 episodes of The Fuck You Mean in like 2 months after I met Lukey. And every artist that was on there or talked about, I started researching. And Ty Ferris was one of them. And yeah, I mean, it was the deep dive into his catalog is insane.
I don't know if they talked about, man. I gotta, cause Lukey, that The Fuck You Mean, man. That's some classic episodes on that, man. I can't remember if you guys talked about his beginnings with Proof and stuff like that. Cause like they said, that's who
that's his man.
Yeah, so that's another thing of that shady aftermath tree. Like it trickles down. That's what I mean. Like I like how it's like you follow a career, then they have this artist, and then they have this record label, and they have these artists and this artist. So it's like it trickles down. But I like how he's making a living off his passion now too, because he made this post. You guys remember when he made the post
about what?
Lighter music?
Mm-mm.
When he first released it, it only sold one copy.
Oh yes, he did a live where he talked about that as well, and I got to tap in. Yeah.
But see, so that's the story I've never given up, because you sold one copy of this album that you thought was going to sell a lot, and like years later, you have your own successful Bars Over BS, and it sells out. So like you gotta think it's like timing is everything now too, but you can't give up though. You can't give up. So that's another thing that's down too. Like with media going the way it is now too, do you think like there's an evolution to podcast, like to what we're doing now? Is there an evolution as opposed to doing it live? Do you think this streaming is the new thing now?
I don't know. I think there have been huge advantages to platforms like yours and like ours and All Time Podcasts and Bucked Up and things like that, where, I think the same effect is when you have features from other rappers in this underground and people can go down that rabbit hole. When you have these platforms, I think it definitely adds another level of exposure that you don't need the record industry for.
So this is another question I wanted to ask the three of you guys now too, especially Lukey now too, because let me show some clarity and some I don't even know the right word I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to offend everybody, but when you guys document the umbrella, I love how you guys have so many interviews with Pro. Now, do you guys think that if you guys would have started this podcast before 2018, you guys would have documented Griselda the same? Because this is what I like to see. We never really got to see Conway, Westside, Benny do interviews with the same platform more than once. when you guys do this
Right.
with Dillinger, it showcases from. I remember he was your first guest, and his growth from out there from each episode now too. And I
Mm-hmm.
like that's important because people's like, oh, you documented him too much, or you dick riding him. No, man, it's showing the progress and what fans want to see. So, do you guys think that, like I said before, would you guys want to document Griselda if, like in 2018, where like they were more accessible, the way that you guys are doing Umbrella?
The answer is no, because they had to be the first people to punch for us to actually have all these rappers be available. So, if there was no Griselda, no, we can't open it. I will never let you open no Captain Britain. It's worth money. Okay, boom. They had to be the first wave of rappers to punch to bring out the other rappers. Now that's the reason why we probably didn't get to Griselda, or maybe if there was rappers before Griselda on this wave, and then they came second. Yeah, definitely. But the first rappers to punch, yeah, and then it was weird. I guess people were charging money for interviews, such as Fahim. I think we still do. So like, boom. Definitely, yeah, we would have, and we still actually can document these guys. Benny and them are welcome to come on the show anytime. You know what I'm saying? But they're not rising anymore. But yeah, definitely. I think it's time to go night night. And she's wilding, yo.
Yeah, and
the Wolverine with the. She's not opening this.
Nice. I think I agree with Lukey in the sense that the reason that this podcast exists for this lane is because that lane was really kind of opened up from Rock Marcy and then from Griselda. And, you know, I think, I don't know that podcasts like this one really existed before that.
No, because and then just some artists like out there that you ever wish that like one of your shows can interview, because like you guys talk about Mark Homie all the time. This dude doesn't do interviews. That's one dude I wish you guys could interview is Mark Homie, but you guys would probably end up on a vinyl.
We'll probably get low key. We'll probably get Mark one of these days. Just yesterday, Juju Gotti called me. During a basketball tournament. So boom, go play. I love you. We might get Mark on here. Who knows? I don't think there's this real ceiling for interviews. You know what I'm saying? Now, they could not like me personally, what I say. They could not like Primo Jab. They could not like Carl for a variety of reasons. They might not like us, you as low. But I think that, yeah, these guys can come on our podcast whenever. Sometimes their ego's too big. They don't want to come to us. They want to go to like Elliot Wilson or somebody else. But we aren't really for the people who are on right now, who are on majors. We're for the people to discover people sometimes more. And
that's more of the focus.
Wrong?
Definitely.
Primo Jam?
I think that's one way to say it, but also I think I don't want to take away from the people who are getting a lot of more attention than some of the other names that we happen to get involved with. I think it's just a matter of timing sometimes, because especially with the Umbrella, they were all doing their thing and then they've just been rising, and we've been fortunate to really kind of be right along with them for this journey and just give a fuck about them, honestly, and keep talking to them, keep reaching out like, yo, what's up? You know, what y'all doing? You know, hey, do you want to come on? And it's, again, you know, I'm asking people way in advance. So that's the best part, I think, about this lane right now, is that there's so much going on that our show is just existing, number one, to catalog this glorious period in time and all of these names that may not get the Griselda shine, but they still represent for this ecosystem. Like, people are going to be able to look them up and they're going to see them on the Abyss. But yeah, definitely to give people a place to come out, like as far as artists, producers, visual artists, any other people in the ecosystem to be, get their recognition on, to get their, hey, I'm out here, I'm doing something.
Look, and I'll say this, if Rome wanted to come on, if West Side Gun wanted to come on, I'd love to talk to them.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would have so
Fucking
much
right.
I could learn from a conversation like that. But
Yep.
they'd be doing us a favor at this point. Who are we really exposing? Everybody on our friends list already knows Rome Streets. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we wouldn't chase Rome Streets for an interview. If he wanted to come on anytime, I'd stop what I was doing to have it. But I'm not going to chase him because we've got so many artists that are doing stuff that don't have
we're
the
not
fan
helping
base
them.
yet.
Yeah.
And so that's what we want, in the same way that, Lukey and Da Fuck You Mean opened me up to this whole underground movement and all of these amazing artists and got me completely back into rap. I want to do that for other people. And so the best way we can do that is document it, talk about it, but also introduce people to it.
That's why I'm glad.
Indeed. There's not much out for them. I gotta take this girl to the bath. She's begging for my attention. That means she's sleepy. And that's why she's wilding out and grabbing things that she should not grab.
But if you want to dip, that's okay.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Oh yes.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I want to say one thing. Lo, you do a great job. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I don't be online like that a whole bunch of times. I be on there and log off. I put my fucked up videos from Reddit on my story, and I log the fuck off. But I really appreciate you and how long you've been doing this and the progress you have made. Your interviews have gotten 1,000 times better since like number 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, I know for a fact.
And going to video and stuff. Yeah, definitely, man. You're a man of your craft, man. Yeah, definitely, man. And you know your stuff. And I really appreciate you, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Nice to appreciate you being so active now, too.
JC, say hi, Lo. Say what?
DJC? I don't know if she can hear me.
Hi.
Yeah, he doesn't have his headphones on.
I don't have headphones in.
So, Lukey, I appreciate the flowers now, too. And, that's another thing about you guys now, too. Before I let you guys go now, too. Primo, don't take offense to this. When Joe Budden was doing his podcast, this guy was doing music at the same time, but he was not promoting music on his fucking podcast. When I see Primo on the podcast and him releasing multiple projects as he ever done before, I love to see that now too. It also shows now too the inspiration. It's kind of given Primo now too, because I don't think Primo released as much music in since you guys started this project, album, because from the beginning of this year to now, it's Primo on a roll now.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 out right now. I plan
more
to,
heat coming.
I got a couple more things to be done before the end of the year. But yeah, man, it is inspiring, man. It's a good time, man. I'm just and like you said, Lo, I mean, usually, yeah, I'm a 1 a year type of dude, man. That's what I have been doing. Maybe 2 at my peak, but yeah, this year I'm actually being very intentional about making a stamp, and it's just just to participate in the glory of the game, man, in the sport.
That's right.
I love it, man. It's a marvelous time, man. I'm happy that my volumes are going to be included in the archives.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man.
He's got some tragedy Gaddafi now too. Yeah, I don't get a lot of tragedy, but you got a song tragedy. That's CNN. That's intelligent.
Mm-hmm. You know it. You got to pay respect to the illest that comes before you.
I want to see.
You got to put them in
podcast where God Bless Beats and Tragedy Gaddafi get drunk and high. That's all I want to
see.
We still have to have God Bless Beats come out to the house and play some drums with me.
A shout to God Bless Beats, man.
Yes.
Oh, God, who is my man's name? I was always a fan of. God Bless Beats now. Where the fuck is A-Flip, man?
Shout out A Flip. Yeah, he's around.
Hey, Flip,
He's
yeah, hey,
around.
Flip.
He's up upstate New York.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's in New York.
before I let you guys go, you guys are doing an amazing job of the podcast. You guys are kicking ass every week. You guys are putting people on to me like new artists now too. So before I let you guys go, is there anything that you guys want to say or promote? I'll put whatever project that you guys have out at the moment in the link below and the podcast link if they happen to.
Okay, well, I don't have anything to promote, but I'm extremely fortunate that I get to work with two incredibly knowledgeable historians of hip hop. Two people that truly love this genre and are incredibly fun to talk to every week. So I'm just blessed to be a part of the podcast and appreciate you for everything that you do, Lo.
Oh, you already know it's love on this side, but this is about you guys.
Yo, Jabpocalypto available now, man. There's still like 16 copies left. CD wise, get it on Razor's Waves. That's with S's at the end. Razor's Waves record.com. Shout out God Bless Beats. Yeah, man. Shout out the Abyss podcast. We love what we do, man, because we love this culture. It ain't just the genre of music, man. It's also the whole entire culture and just being a part of the ecosystem that exists. It's a glorious time, man, and it needs to be documented. And Lo, you've been doing your job. You've been on it, making sure that you were getting interviews and putting the light on the people that came before us. Like, I mean, you were snatching some top-notch interviews, man. And you were inspired by the late, great Combat Jack. You know what I mean? You were the other name that existed in that time. And I said it before, man. It was like, yeah, Combat Jack. And then you searched, I think it was you. That was it. There was some other, maybe some other, like you said, Joe Budden podcast or whoever they were doing. But yeah, man. I'm just trying to contribute, and I'm glad you're contributing, man. You're the best, Lo. Keep doing what you do.
Oh man, I appreciate that, Jab. That means a lot, man. It means a lot. I'm not as active as you guys, though, but there was a time when you seen me drop 3 times a week, like fucking.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
you're serious, man. Shout out Calgary's own.
Like I said, I may not be active with the schedule. Now it's going to be Kanye West time because the people we try to get now can't. It's the schedule, and man, if I was that person knocking at the door, I'd be like, all right, let's go right now. I don't care if you're busy right now. Let's do it right now.
No, you're doing the right thing, Lo. I mean, it's because now when you're dropping, and I'm seeing the names that you're dropping with now, even though you got to wait between episodes, you're not dropping as frequently. When you do drop the names that you got attached to it, it's always like, oh, word, oh yeah, it's you got to take the time to check it.
But I still love the underground, yo. So if these undergrounds listening right there, yo, when I say I haven't forgot about you, I haven't forgotten about you. It's literally like, oh, he don't want to do it. Yeah, there's times where I don't want to do it though. But sometimes you just have to get inspired. Like right now, I'm inspired by my guys. Yo, Lukey, before we let you go, got anything to say, my guy?
Yeah. Shout out to my
God, give me flowers to promote.
Shout out to my motherfucking baby moms, yo. She cool, man. Shout out to my motherfucking baby moms. Shout out to my motherfucking moms, too. Forgive me, LeBron. Yo, she can't hear nothing. I got the earmuffs on. Yeah, shout out to motherfucking Jessica Lowe. Fucking podcast. Motherfucking fuck Allah Preem. Word up. And all that shit.
Collusive Partisans.
Yeah, that's out. Word. The more shit
come. So I guess we'll make this public now, too. Say my name for the rap song, Allah Preem. I'll beat you at your own game.
Real shit. Hold on, real quick. JC, spell your name. Bro, you just
documents now. You come back when you're like 18 and watch you first time you spell that, girl. But yo, this has been another crossover, like the Avengers meets DC. Actually, no, it's like the X-Men meets the Fantastic Four, man. Because I don't get down with DC. But yo, man, I love you guys, man. You guys always have my support, man. Yo, we out, man. And yo, salute to Carl for the cover, man. You're a genius for that one. All right, you guys. I'm just gonna cut this.
That was great.
I'm gonna just edit all these parts out at the beginning, end, and if we cut out, because I gotta rewatch this, add some pictures, and it'll be out on Wednesday. So we'll let Wednesday, my guys.
Nice. This is crazy. I'm gonna be on the all-time podcast Monday. Then Tuesday, our episode drops, and then Wednesday I'll be on Descalo.
It's like the Abyss podcast marathon, just on different platforms, and you're on.
That's hilarious.
Go, Carl.
People are gonna be sick of me by Friday.
Yep. Hey. Oh well. It's the price of fame, Carl. It's the price of fame.
That's right.
That's what you get for being an expert.
And I'll tune into that one on Monday now too. But like I said, you guys be safe. I'll be tuning in every Tuesday. One love, my guys.
Peace.
Peace, love.
Peace, my guys.